Education Minister Rakam A. Sangma has stated that he hopes the National Education Policy 2020 will be implemented in the state by the next academic session, reiterating that heads of different institutions have stated that they will be ready to implement NEP 2020 by 2024-25. The minister said that the Education Department will be communicating to heads of different colleges to provide their response in black and white.
It is need of the hour to implement. However, the state head of the institutions, they met me, and the principal council of the state has petitioned that head of the institution, they are saying we are not ready for this academic session. So even I had a personal one-to-one meeting with some prominent head of the institutions of the institutions of the city. So they also of the view that this session is not ready to implement NEP 2020. So we are communicating to all the head of the institution to write to us in the black and white. Then as a state government, we will communicate based on the report and on the what we call the report from the institution.
So the time frames
will be, I think, will be communicated by next week only. We are sending letters to all the head of the institution by today and tomorrow, and by next week they will give us the input and the problems and the issues and about their position. Then we will, I think, the State Department has to decide.
What are the challenges associated with this national education policy?
National education policy concept is very, very, very public, because the whole idea is to bring up the standard of our education system across the country with a global standard. But the challenging is, like suppose when we implement NEP 2020, the multidisciplinary courses has to be introduced. By 2030, every institution, colleges has to be autonomous like institutions, where all the multidisciplinary courses will have to be there. So lots of faculty has to be getting the infrastructure and all things to be improved now. But because our state institutions, we are not prepared well to implement immediately. But however, we are trying our best. The earlier is the better. So we don't want our student to be what we call to give in a separate dilemma. So we are working like we want to implement as the earliest, but since the head of the institution, they are petitioned to the government that we are not ready to implement 23-24 academic session. But however, they have petitioned to the government that they are ready. They will be ready for 24-25 academic session. But let's wait for till next few days. Already late, like most of the states of the country has already went ahead in implementation of NEP 2020. But by any means, by anyhow, we should be implementing by next academic session. But we are trying, because now it is at the 11th hour, so let's wait for next few days from now.
So it is from 2023-24 or 24-25?
24-25, though there should not be any reason to not to. So we have to go ahead by. But right now we are still awaiting the reports from the colleges. So then maybe next week we can decide and communicate to the Academic Council of the new.